St. Louis is jumping. They're ready to go. And so are we as we bring you Game 6 of the World Series between the Texas Rangers and the St. Louis Cardinals.
Jaime Garcia, the young left-hander, 25 years old, leads his club onto the field. And they are ready for Game 6 here in St. Louis. And here is Ian Kinsler. Over but low, and that's a leadoff walk, and not the kind of start Jaime Garcia had in mind when he woke up this morning. Elvis Andrus is at the plate as the Rangers trying to get on the board first here tonight. Runner stays put, and Andrus with a base hit into left center field. Holiday will make his throw back into second, and going first to third is Kinsler, nobody out. A walk, a hit, and the Rangers are in business in the first. And now it's Josh Hamilton, who has 2 RBIs in this World Series. Hard hit, base hit into right. In to score is Kinsler. Going to third is Andrus. 1-0 Rangers in the first. Hamilton jumped on the first pitch and singled it under the glove, or just to the side of the glove of Punto at second.
He's jumped on the first pitch more than any other major leaguer this year. Almost 50% of the time will he swing at the first pitch, and it's a productive base hit for Hamilton.
Just out of the reach of Punto. And now Michael Young. Big strikeout to get Young. And he chased it high, 1 out. And now Adrian Beltre. Another strikeout. 2 away here in the top of the first. Here's Nelson Cruz. To third for David Freese, and the inning is over. So young Jaime Garcia gives 1, but holds it right there. Game 6 after a half. 1-zip Texas. Here's a guy who has, over the last 2 postseasons, put together a 2.22 ERA. He's been very good in October.
Exceptional for the Rangers in October.
Here's a 2-2 from Colby Lewis. In the air to center, and Gentry goes back to grab it, 1 out. Schumacher, who's hitting .500. Into right center, a base hit. Schumacher broke his bat, and he's on with Pujols coming up. As he flies one into right. Coming in to get it is Nelson Cruz. 2 out. Lance Berkman will be the hitter. Lance 7 out of 18 to compile that .389 average. And he hits one into center. Back at the wall. Cardinals lead Game 6. 2-1 as Berkman goes deep.
Fastball away to left center in the October cold.
Freese chased it in the first strikeout for Colby Lewis. Well, how good has Mike Napoli been? He has hit 2 home runs. He has driven in 9 during this World Series. A leadoff walk. That came back to get Garcia in the first. Here is Gentry, who is 0 for 3 in this series, 4 out of 13 during the postseason. Base hit left field off the bat of Gentry, gets his first World Series hit. And the first 2 are on for the Rangers in the second. And that will bring Colby Lewis in, presumably to bunt. It'll take a good bunt to advance Napoli. And it's hard to Freese. Double pump out. Over to first, out. Double play.
He laid down what normally would be a good bunt, but not for an American League pitcher. An easy play, and that rocket arm of Furcal gets Lewis at first base.
Now the tying run at second, 2 out. In the gap in left center field. Back to tie this game. 1 hop over the wall. It's a ground rule RBI double for Kinsler. And it's 2-2 in the second.
And this cutter gets too much of the plate. It starts on the outside, right in the wheelhouse of a dead pull hitter to tie it.
Now the go-ahead run at second with 2 out. And Elvis Andrus at the plate. Into right. And Berkman came in and had to reach high to grab it. Rangers get a run. RBI double by Kinsler, and after an inning and a half in Game 6, tied at 2. 1 on, 1 out. Might be 2. Punto flips out. Furcal took care of the rest, and that was well turned. New pitcher is Fernando Salas. Jaime Garcia is finished after 3, allowed 2 runs. Now the 2-2. And he got under it. Fly ball into shallow left. In comes Holiday. Out goes Furcal, and Holiday drops it. Holiday was willing to give way to Furcal, and that's Holiday's ball all the way.
No question about it. That ball had so much hang time. Now Holiday is playing Cruz deep, but there's no way that is Rafael Furcal's ball. With that much hang time, always the left fielder's ball.
Now Napoli has another RBI chance. That is fair. Down the right field line. Cruising around third is Cruz, and it's 3-2. Texas on top. An error followed by that well-placed single by Napoli, who's got another RBI.
Just inside the line and clearly fair.
So the count on 1. Lewis shows it early and bunts it back to Salas. He throws it into center field. So an error on Holiday, now an error on Salas. He and Kinsler coming up. Salas has the count at 0-2. And now gets him looking. Second strikeout for Fernando Salas. 2 on, 2 out. Here's Elvis Andrus. Again the 1-2. And a fly ball into left field. Holiday turns all the way around and makes the catch. Berkman with a 2-run home run his first time up. And this time he grounds one off the glove of Young, who recovers to get the out, and now they say Lewis missed the bag. He was there, got the throw from Young, and no argument from Colby Lewis as he evidently missed the base.
Stepping over the bag, and a good call.
Now the batter's Holiday, and he walks. An error, now a walk, and the Cardinals have something going here in the 4th. Freese has been a .478 hitter here at Busch Stadium. Here's one to second. Kinsler flips out over to first, wild. It gets away, but not far enough for Berkman to score, and it's first and third, 1 out.
Watch the takeout slide from Matt Holiday going in late, upending Elvis Andrus. And that caused the wild throw, and the Rangers get a break of that ball hitting the fence and coming back on the field instead of going in the dugout.
And now it's first and third, 1 out for Yadier Molina. Runner goes, ground ball to third. Tying run scores. It's 3-3 in the 4th. Rangers have the heart of their lineup. Hamilton, Young, and Beltre against Salas and a pop-up, which has been anything but routine tonight. Freese drops it. And Salas, who had a routine fly ball dropped on him to start the 4th, has Freese make an error, his second of the postseason.
The first hitter in 3 half innings in a row has been on an error.
Runner at first, nobody out. Michael Young, who's 1 for 2. Here's one into left center field, and this ball's going to get down and go to the wall. Digging for third and coming around is Hamilton. And the Rangers have regained the lead. It's 4-3.
When you play defense poorly enough, runners are destined to score. Good hitting by Michael Young.
Left side, Freese gets a weird hop and gets the out. 1 away. And with a runner at second, 1 out, Nelson Cruz will be the hitter. There's a 2-2. Fly ball into center. Got it down toward the end of the bat. Schumacher makes the catch. Tagging and advancing is Young, 2 out. And Napoli is going to be intentionally walked. That will force the hand of Ron Washington, and he will go to his bench. With Gentry, the next scheduled hitter, he'll call on David Murphy. Remember, Colby Lewis, the pitcher, is on deck.
As you see, Torrealba will be the pinch hitter if Murphy can get on.
The 3-1. That'll load him up. We'll see if it's Torrealba or Lewis. Torrealba's walking back to the bench, and Lewis will come to the plate. Torrealba was just a decoy. Here's the 0-2, and the inning is over. So LaRussa won that little battle by issuing an intentional pass to Napoli. Pitching around Murphy. Lewis strikes out, and it's a 4-3 game. Colby Lewis has allowed 2 hits, none since the first inning. Got him on the inside corner, 1 away. And now Berkman, the 2-2. Slow roller, tough play. Beltre with a bare hand, no throw. And it's an infield hit for Berkman on base for the 3rd time tonight. Tying run is on at first, 1 out for Holiday. Chopper to the first baseman, Young. He bobbles it. Everybody's safe. And another error on Michael Young.
Well, the ball wasn't hit hard enough for Young to think about going to second. Couldn't find the handle, and now goes to first, and Holiday beat it.
And a total of 5 errors have been committed. That'll load him up. The ball still hasn't left the infield, and the Cardinals have bases loaded, 1 out. Ogando's coming in. Molina's coming up. Game on the line in the 6th. Berkman, Holiday, and Freese the runners. Molina, the man in the spotlight. 3-1.
Will it be a strike?
No. And this game is tied. And now the Cardinals have the bases loaded in a tie game, only 1 out for Nick Punto. Throw down to third, and out at third is Holiday.
Tony La Russa is going to argue, but from his knees, Mike Napoli strikes again. I think Beltre blocked the bag with his right foot. Watch his right foot. This is a design play. Anybody who dives back into the bag, he was out. Trying to get to the bag, hits his foot. Right arm curls, and Holiday is out.
What a good call by the third base umpire, Alfonso Marquez. Napoli has just done everything. Now a 3-2 to Punto. And he walks. And that's going to be it with John Jay coming up. There are the numbers, game 4. And the start for Derek Holland, now working out of the bullpen, which is where he was last year during the postseason, coming out of the pen. But he's been a starter all year, and he will deal with John Jay. Bases loaded, 2 out. Jay cracks his bat, and Holland makes the play. The Cardinals tie it. They leave the bases loaded. What a game. Game 6. We go to the 7th. Tied at 4. Here is a 1-0 pitch. Fly ball into right center. Back at the track. This ball is gone. And Adrian Beltre has put the Rangers up 5-4 in the 7th inning of game 6. No bigger swing in his career. And he's put Texas on top again by a run.
He blocks the base. In the next half inning, he breaks the tie.
And so Adrian Beltre, finally getting a chance in the World Series, has now hit 2 home runs against the Cardinals. The game-tying shot in Game 5 against Chris Carpenter, and the go-ahead shot here in the 7th inning of Game 6. Here's a 1-2. High fly ball down the left field line. This ball is gone. The 8th home run this postseason for Nelson Cruz. And the Rangers have a 6-4 lead in the 7th. That ties a single postseason record with number 8.
Hanging breaking ball to Nelson Cruz. Hit in the 3rd deck here at Busch.
1 on, 2 down. That gets away, and down to second goes Derek Holland. There is a base hit into left center. Here comes Derek Holland. The throw by Jay is not in time, cut off, and it's a 7-4 Texas lead. Second RBI of the night for Ian Kinsler.
Kinsler with a rocket up the middle, and John Jay really should have gone to second base on this ball, but he tried to come home. Not a play on Holland.
Texas leading by 3, runner at second. Elvis Andrus at the plate, 1 for 4. A strikeout ends the top of the 7th, but the Rangers get 3 and lead by 3 as they try to win the World Series here tonight. Time is running out to try and force a game 7 tomorrow night, and Alan Craig gets his first at bat, taking over for the injured Matt Holliday. That ball is hit in the air to left. Back back at the wall. It's a two-run game. Alan Craig goes deep here in the 8th.
A breaking ball that hangs inside, but not for long. The first run the Cardinals have scored off Derek Holland in this World Series.
So far, the Rangers have been able to overcome and outplay their errors. They are 4 outs away defensively from their first World Championship as Mike Adams takes over. Laird was announced, then replaced by Descalso. The Cardinal bench is empty. Descalso 0 for 1 in this World Series. Grounds it to the left side. The play is at first and safe. 2 on, 2 out.
Andres' first look is at second. He decided that Kinsler had too far to go, but if he goes to second base, Molina is easily out. Descalso, on the other hand, very fast and has an infield hit. Andres' play was to second base.
And now John Jay all of a sudden represents the go-ahead run. And the Rangers are scrambling to get Darren Oliver ready. 2 on, 2 out. Into right field, a base hit. They will hold Molina. The bases are loaded. And now Furcal will walk to the plate. A hit away from tying game 6. Chops it back to Adams. And a quiet end to the 8th. In the inning, a home run by Alan Craig to make it a 2-run game. Here's Chavez. High fly ball into right. Berkman is there. And it sets the stage for the bottom of the 9th. Terrio will try to get it started. Pujols will bat. And then Berkman. Feliz will enter, trying to give the Rangers their first World Championship in franchise history. And this will not be an easy 9th inning for Feliz. He's making his 4th appearance of this World Series, and in each of his first 3 appearances, the lead man has reached base. On deck is Albert Pujols. Is it going to end here on the 27th of October? 1 away. 98-mile-per-hour heat. On a chilly night in St. Louis, 1 out. And Pujols, who has gone hitless since that 3-homer game in game 3, 0 for 4 tonight, stands in. That's a base hit into left center field, and it will scoot all the way to the wall. And if that is his last at bat as a Cardinal, it's a game 6 double. But most importantly, it brings in the tying run.
First ball hitting, doubling the left center.
The Cardinals have the guy who has swung the bat the best in their lineup standing in. Hitting .409 this World Series. He homered back in the first. That will put the tying run on. And now Alan Craig, who homered his only time to the plate tonight, bats with 2 on and 1 out. Down by 2. Got him looking 2 out. And the Rangers are 1 out away from the championship.
Napoli sitting outside, a slider and a mistake. It backs up over the middle of the plate.
And it comes down to the hometown kid, David Freese. He represents the winning run at the plate. The tying runs are on. 2 out. The 1-1. Strike 2. And now the Rangers are 1 strike away. Into right, well hit. Back at the wall. It's off the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Berkman. Freese has tied it. 7-7. Unbelievable.
The Rangers, even in their no doubles defense, allows Freese to hit a double. We said great power the other way, hit too hard, driving in 2 to tie.
Now it's Molina, winning run at third. Into right field again. Cruz is there, and we are going to extra innings. David Freese, who grew up in St. Louis rooting for the Cardinals, shoots one over the head of Nelson Cruz in right to tie Game 6 with a 2-out, 2-run triple. We're 7-7, and this season continues into the 10th. What a night. What a series. An ovation that almost took this place down when David Freese left the dugout and went to take some warm-up throws from third base to start this 10th inning. And now here we are in the 10th, tied at 7. And the top of the order will bat for the Rangers. Kinsler, Andrews, and Josh Hamilton against Mott. Fly ball into shallow right. Out goes Pujols on the grass. 1 out. Here is a 1-0. Up the middle, a base hit. And Andrews is on with 1 out in the 10th. Remember, Hamilton has not gone deep yet in the postseason. The reigning American League MVP, that groin injury on the left side has sapped him of some of his strength. Tonight he has 2 singles, an RBI, a run scored. Go ahead run at first, 1 out. There's a shot into right. Back at the track. At the wall. Hamilton has gone deep. And it's 9-7 Texas here in the 10th. His first home run of this postseason.
In his wheelhouse, down and in. One hands it. Rangers up by 2.
First home run and 82 at-bats for Josh Hamilton. Ron Washington has decided to go to the veteran left-hander Darren Oliver. Former Cardinal, actually led the Cardinals in innings pitched back in '99. He's been a good, reliable reliever for Ron Washington, and now he is in the game trying to save it for Neftali Feliz. 2-2 on Descalso. Descalso is on to start the inning. And now John Jay will be the hitter. 0-1. Little fly ball into left. That ball is going to drop for a hit. And it's 2 on with nobody out here in the bottom of the 10th.
And now Tony La Russa thinking, I've got to send my best bunter up there.
Loesch is up there, likely to bunt. With runners at first and second, nobody out. Back-to-back hits by the left-handed batting Descalso, and the left-handed hitting John Jay. This one is in the air. It gets over the head of Beltre and out at first as the bad bunt by Loesch works out as he gets it over the head of Beltre. Second and third, 1 out.
What a recovery by Elvis Andres. He's headed toward third. The ball over the head of Beltre. Andres reverses his pace going to third and recovers in time to make the throw to Kinsler.
And that's going to be it for Darren Oliver. Scott Feldman will try and save it. He does not have a save in his big league career. He will pitch to Terrio. The Cardinals have second and third, 1 out, down by 2. Terrio up and Albert Pujols lurking on deck. Left side, coming to the plate, Descalso. Out at first is Terrio. It's a 9-8 game with Pujols coming up.
I don't think they pitched to Pujols here. Not after walking him 3 times intentionally in Game 5. But if you walk him, you pitch to a very tough Lance Berkman.
And a very hot Lance Berkman. He has been the Cardinals' best hitter. This will take the bat out of Pujols' hands. And the Texas native, Lance Berkman, will walk to the plate. Strike 2 on Berkman, and again the Cardinals are down to their last strike, and the Rangers are 1 strike away. Tying run at second base. In the air to right center. This game is tied. Going to third is Pujols, and it's 9-9. They just won't go away.
In the battle of the beards, the gray beard won.
Now Colin Craig could end the night. Winning run at third. 2 out. Left side. Beltre gathers it, throws it. And we are going to the 11th. Nelson Cruz is homered tonight, his only hit. Fly ball into right center field, and Berkman, the latest hero for the Cardinals, goes to get it. 1 out. Now Napoli with Murphy on deck. Now he flies one into right. Berkman will play it on a bounce. It's a 1-out single. So now 5 times tonight, Napoli has been on base. Here's a 1-1. Fly ball into center. Jay is there, 2 out. We'll see if Torrealba bats or if Ron Washington wants to keep Feldman in the game. Now indecision. We're going to get Herman to come off the bench. And bat with 2 out.
Feldman's been the most effective guy other than Neftali Feliz in the bullpen. I don't know what happened there.
I don't either. So obviously indecision.
Yep.
And this means that Mark Lowe will be in the game and Feldman's gone. 1 ball, no strikes on Herman. Should end the inning. Terrio backs up, makes the play. So the Rangers don't get the hit out of Herman, and they've lost their most effective reliever they had left on the night. David Freese, who with 2 outs and 2 strikes, tied this game in the 9th with a 2-run triple into right. Freese has hit 4 home runs this postseason.
The Rangers a strike away from winning it in both the 9th and 10th innings. 2 strikes on Freese, 2 strikes on Berkman.
Freese hits it in the air to center. We will see you tomorrow night.
How did this happen?
That's what the Rangers have to be saying to themselves and the Cardinals. Crashing this postseason party, and they have pushed this 2011 postseason to the final day, and it has been some kind of ride. Home run number 5 this postseason for the hometowner.
We talked about his power to right and his power to center, and he powers the Cardinals to a win.